Hey peeps. Alright, well, I'm doing it like this because there's a awesome, serious lightning storm. Not loads and loads, but every now and again a boom, right? Somebody earlier on said that he keeps coming back and watches me because I sound so confident in what I'm saying. The reason I sound so confident, the reason I sound so confident in what I'm saying is because I know I'm right about when we talk about the Egyptians and the pyramids or light and stuff like that. Um, if we can be objective enough, right, you have to understand that we've had very, very different upbringings. You guys have been molded by your American education system, and I brought myself up basically. I was born in the UK, moved to Spain when I was 3, moved to America, well, in the UK and America when I was 12, 13, lived in Chesapeake, Virginia, then Crystal Palace, then went back to Spain when I was 13, 14, stayed there, joined the British Army when I was 18, 19, Germany, loads of different countries when I was in the army. Then in 97, I went to live in Florida, in Tampa, then back to, after 4 years, then back to the UK for a year. And then I came to Australia. I got married, met a chickie, came to Australia. So I have been around, right, enough that I never ever got pinned down by an education system or by a person or by a country. So I was always on the move. So I didn't have any baggage, shall we call it. So everything that I say, I'm objective. I've worked these things out myself, okay? You guys, when it comes to the moon landings, you have no choice but to believe it because it's part of your culture. It's part of who you are. You can even look. You can be objective, right, and accept that, or you can just go, nah, not having it. We went. You know, I don't think it happened for 1,000 reasons. Okay, and if that didn't happen, then the rest of the things didn't happen, because if you miss step 1, if 11 didn't go, then obviously 12 didn't go, and if 12 didn't go, what was 13 all about, and etc, etc, etc. So my reasoning is all, it's kind of self-taught. I'm objective. I don't look at it from an American point of view, from a Spanish point of view, from a Canadian point of view, from a German point of view, etc, etc. I look at things and see things as they are. It doesn't matter if something is from the UK or from America or from Spain or from Germany or from England. It makes no difference to me because I don't owe anyone anything. So I see things very, very objectively. I'm neutral. So when I say things like the pyramids, the Egyptians and the pyramids, it doesn't matter what anybody tells me. I'm not going to believe that the Egyptians did it because it wasn't crammed down my throat. When I look at the pyramids, I see the 3 on the Giza Plateau. I see 3 ancient structures that have been submerged, and around the top of Giza there is an obvious wear erosion, a water erosion pattern, right? That is what I see. It doesn't matter what somebody tries to make me see, it's not going to happen. It's not being crammed down my throat. And when it comes to light, well, I was going to bring the board up, but because we've got this awesome display of light going on, what's that? Go study instead of giving. Oh, just had a something come up on Instagram. It's just one message after the other, but there's a lot of likes as well. Guys, what you need to understand, right, is I'm not arrogant, right? I am not. My mood only gets like it does because of the flack that I get from you guys. You have to understand, I am one person. You must see what it's like sometimes with one after another. And of course it gets to a stage where I'm like fucking, you know, it just shits me. But on that thing about I sound confident with what I say, it's because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Now I've started to do the telescope thing like Roma. There's no way the IO thing happened. See, things like that. I understand human nature as well. What's this? Oh, I've heard this argument, but it's gone too fast, the message. What's I saying? Yeah, look. I'm objective. I don't take sides. I see things as they are, basically. That's what this boils down to. I might come across as arrogant, but I'm really not. I never used to be. I've got a really tough skin at the moment, but I have to because of what I'm going through with you guys. I know I'm right. That comes across maybe as arrogance as well, but I know I'm right. It's obvious, it's common sense. The light thing, it's common sense. Roma didn't observe Io coming out and work out the delay in light because of the distance involved as he got further and further away from Jupiter. It's ridiculous, right? Where's my chocolate milk gone? And light, in general, it only has one speed, and that's absolute speed. The size and power of the source is what decides how far it goes, right? There is never going to be a time where, where's my cord? No, I'm right with you. There would never come a time when this, right, where somebody would walk away from that beam of light and be totally out of range, and then this light travel towards that person. So why do you think a star would do it? People say, oh yeah, but it's a flashlight. It's exactly the same. Why? If somebody's out of range of this flashlight, light's never going to catch up with them, is it? You either see it or you don't. If we see the sun, it's because it is right there. There is no delay in any of the stars either. You look up at Proxima Centauri, you're seeing Proxima as it is. This illusion, it's because you're not thinking about it. It makes no sense. You look up at Proxima Centauri, they say it took 4.2 years for its light to get here. Rubbish. It got here the second it turned on because it's a light source. It doesn't take 4.2 years to get anywhere. It either reaches you or it doesn't. That is it. It is common sense, right? If you think about it, it's common sense. It's on the trees, see? If there was somebody up on that tree and was out of range, it's not going to catch up with them, is it? You either see it or you don't. It's quite powerful though, isn't it? It's Christian. Okay, boy. I'm recording now. How you going?
Good.
What's that?
Special time. Thank you. So,
Hey?
if we are doing that. if we are gonna actually get the scooter thing,
Yeah.
are we gonna get rid of that?
I don't know.
Like, so my mate still says you can go at 250, 275 for it. So it's always an option.
And that is definite.
Definitely.
Who's this?
Takiri. He makes all my other mates, Evan and this is Jamie. It's his cousin. He said he can do like, I don't know, he said he can do
And he
like,
knows about the back light.
yeah, he read it the other day, I realised that. I told him to fix the handlebars and stuff.
Yeah, alright.
Then I'd have like 400 all up.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
alright.
But,
Try not to get struck by lightning. Oh mate. Scooter dramas. Yeah, so that, look. The reason I see things the way I do is because I have not had anybody try to cram anything down my throat. This is that, that's that. They did this. Those were built by those people. It's never ever happened. I've not been in one place long enough. So some people say, oh yeah, so you're uneducated. No, that's not the case. I am educated. I'm self-educated. I've done the research. My younger years, I had no interest in school. But it's when I started asking questions, that's when you learn. So that is why. And I know everything is connected, right? My journey has been a lot different than most people, so here it comes again. Alright.
are you recording?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's alright. It's alright. I'm nearly done anyway. Well, what's up?
last one took photos.
Alright, so to that person who said I always show confidence when I'm talking, the reason is because I actually know what I'm talking about. And when I hear you guys talking about the pyramids, about it could be lightning strikes or an earthquake damage or people scurrying up, I hate to say this, but it's rubbish. That is water damage on those pyramids. It doesn't matter what you say, it is water damage. I'm being objective. You guys aren't being objective. You are reciting what you've been taught. And I'm not. I've read all the books. I can't stand listening to documentaries about the pyramids because they are so full of crap, right? The same as those things about relativity. I can't do it for more than 30 seconds because I know it's all rubbish, because light is absolute. You have to understand the implications, right? But even you guys must be able to think about this, right? That light source, it either reaches you or it doesn't. If somebody's 15 k's away and they can't see this light source when they're facing it, it's never ever going to catch up with them, is it? So why do people think the sun's light travels 8 minutes and 20 seconds to get here? It's ridiculous. Oh, but it's a star. It doesn't matter. It's the same concept. I could use a laser then, couldn't I? Right? You might have a little bit more range than the flashlight. It's going to be exactly the same. If it reaches somebody, it reaches them straight away. If somebody's out of range from this light source, it is never, ever going to catch them up, is it? So, if you can see a light source, it's because it's there. The end. It doesn't travel. Right, I'm going to do it another couple of minutes for the lightning. And, alright mate. There's a couple of humdingers that just before I threw this on and did it like this because a couple of crackers went off and it rumbled like so deep for like 15 seconds. It was like boom, boom, and now it's backed off a bit. So and I'm not arrogant. This is a tough skin that, talking to all of you, it's made me, it's just, yeah, it's like a protective skin I've got on me now, but I'm honestly not arrogant, for crying out loud. It's just that when I'm dealing with comment after comment, I'm trying to explain to people that they're wrong and that you're not having it. Yeah, so why do you think you're right? I'm objective. I'm seeing things objectively. I'm making sense. I use logic and common sense. You guys aren't. You guys are subjective. It's what you've been taught. The thing about light and Roma and Fitzo and Wheatstone and Bradley, and I know they're all absurdities. It did not happen. It did not happen. Nobody goes out and observes Io coming out from behind Jupiter over 9 years and to pick up some kind of delay in light. It doesn't happen, right? But you guys believe it does. And again, we're here again. You're probably going, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. I do. I'm looking at things objectively. I don't have the handicap of somebody having crammed something down my throat. Everything that I've learned because I'm interested and I open books. I do it myself. There is a big difference. I'm always opening books. If I've got a question, I learn. I'm not stupid. All right, I might call it there. I thought there was going to be some decent thunder. Let's just wait for another minute, because I got to then snap this down into 90-second bloody pieces, and it's very time consuming. But there's one, it wants to go off. Come on, go. Feel the charge in the atmosphere. Come on. Give it another 30 seconds, then I'll switch off. 3, 2, 1, go! Bang! So, forgive me if I come across as arrogant, and I give as good as I get. Remember that. I blocked about 3 people today. Nasty comments. I can't be doing it. I don't mind having a play. I don't mind throwing ball a bit, but some comments are just plain nasty. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. And relativity's horseradish as well. Seriously. Don't get into the quantum thing. Just don't. It's, once somebody's mind gets into that, it will never be the same. Seriously. All right, we're on 18, we're coming up to 19. I'll stop it at 20:21. If we get another good crack in the next 30 seconds, otherwise I'll stop it before 20 minutes. On that note, if it does pick up again, I love a good storm. We can watch that absolute light together, can't we, in the sky, as it crisscrosses across the clouds. I bet a massive storm, you'd see it on the moon, wouldn't you, down There's a massive storm on Earth. Alright guys, peace out. Nice. Alright, give it another 30 seconds. It just brought itself 30 seconds at the death there, right at the end. Come on, give us another one. I laid off the sunflower seeds today as well. My mouth gets so salty. All right, another 10 seconds. We're on 21. See, it's going to 22. I'm going to be editing this forever now, aren't I? All right, 21. 30 seconds, and that'll be it. All right. Aye, aye. Oh god, now do another couple of minutes. Why not, eh? Why not? I am a laser, and I see with X-ray eyes straight through the underground. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get some more. So, whether you believe me or not, yeah. It's so weird, some of the things that you guys come out with, right? But because you don't realise that you're not being objective. That's the thing. I mean, I really screwed up with the laser. But in my defense, I know for a fact, right? Because the moon didn't happen, I don't know, I lost the plot. No excuses, I lost the plot on that one. But a bit of perspective. Of course I understand perspective. I think it was all the noise. All the noise. I lost myself. Even bad publicity is good publicity, they say, isn't it? But no excuses, I screwed up there. But no, I'm not stupid. And another thing, all of you people that keep saying, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you look at my content and you look at it and you listen, right? All of my numbers are correct. Everything is logical and everything ties in with common sense. But my common sense, see, it is different than everybody else's because I'm wired differently. It's hard to explain. And the traits that a few people are asking, what's that indigo child thing? I'm not saying I'm an indigo child, but I've got the traits. I have the traits of an indigo child, all of them. It's weird. It just is weird that I see things as they are. I understand stuff for some reason on a deeper level than most people do. I don't know why. Like, I know that they want to get you into debt. That's the mission, is to get you into debt, because once you're in debt, you have to work. Once you have to work, they've got you. Distractions, division, right? The flat earthers, round earth, different religions, it's all division. It's all division. That's why it's done. Why on earth would different things be taught like that, right? It's division. It works. Look at us. Right? Look at you and the flat earthers. See? I've got nothing against anybody because I get it. I understand. I can see it from all angles. But what you guys are missing, right, is that you've been taught stuff like the stuff about light, but you refuse to accept it, just like flat earthers refuse to accept that they're wrong, because it's been taught. You have to understand this. It's very difficult to unlearn stuff you've been taught as a child. It's very difficult. I don't have that problem because everything I've learned because I've been interested. When I open books, I want to learn. Every day, I still do. That's very different of having stuff crammed down your throat for 8 hours a day for 5 or 6 years. It's very different. All right, this is coming up. I'm going to stop it at 30 seconds. It's coming up at 28. I'll post it onto Rumble first. Indigo, capital C, 1. Rumble. It's so much easier because it goes in one. I just post it as it is. I don't have to do the 90 seconds. Oh, it's such a drag. But listen, it's what I have to do. And I do this for my kids, for their futures. There is a net closing on you guys. Well, not on you guys, on our children. There is a net closing, right? And the one thing that people can still do, right? Believe it or not, those of you that, you must see what's going on, right? There is something going on. Start spending cash. Start taking money out of the bank and start using cash. Start using cash. It's a sure way of rattling the system. People, there are things that you can do, and going down to the bank on a Friday after you've been paid and pulling a couple of $100 out each, it will put serious stress on the system because there isn't that much cash. They do not want cash. They want to digitalize everything. Everybody's heard it before, but nobody does it. You can make a difference by using cash. It will slow everything down. And it is happening. It's a slam dunk. It is happening. There is a net closing. They are slowly closing the net. All right, it's coming up to 30 seconds, guys. Peace. Laters.